skull emoji, you're beating your dick in the shower, question mark. White throws us straight into the deep end with this book move, accusing Black of a crime that we have all done at least once. Yes, all of us, you and me. Yeah, and, question mark, you jealous of my right hand, question mark, is the rizful response for Black that goes down as an excellent move and puts them in a strong position on the board. White hits back with, absolutely, of course I am, showing their interest in the opponent. This is a great move as it clearly communicates for Black to continue their offense. Black responds claiming, if you were here, I'd never need my right hand. And this is where things become a little bit too cooked. Every now and then, a shower is fine, but this makes it sound like gooning is a regular activity for Black, and you do not want to be known for that. Mistake for sure. I take that back, however, because White says, oh, I'd make sure of that, letting the Gooner win with a good move. Personally, I wouldn't fall for a Gooner, but the standards here are low and I have to accept that. How exactly? Question mark. What would you do to me? Question mark. Black plays their second excellent move of the match here by making the Huz explain the shit that they would get up to together. I'm willing to bet money that he will jork it to the message. White replies with, TBH, I'm kinda curious about giving you head. I hope that's not weird, IDK, I would love to try. This move locks in the relationship, making it a great move. Next, White opens with, be ready, without a singular piece of context, so how is the opponent supposed to know what to be ready for? Inaccuracy. What is he, Thrag? Black hits back with, okay, with no clue what they have just signed up for, so it has to be a blunder. For all they know, it could be a one-way plane ticket to Epstein Island. Maybe I'll go. Dash bends Ha over, puts it in Dash. White replies with an outrageous move and gives Black a clear opportunity to take material. Frankly, I don't know when these Gooners will learn that role-playing doesn't get you bitches. Dash moans. Okay, I might actually have to try this method. In this excellent move, Black shows White that they also like the idea of virtual roleplay so they can both have fun openly. In turn, they've taken my fun away because I'm the one who actually has to read this shit. White continues with dash goes with a GOSE faster dash. What the actual f am I reading? If you're gonna stoop as low as to have ESA, at least spell the words right. It could have prevented this inaccuracy. Dash moans loud period. Giat damn is Black's miss because there was a better move to play. The best move would have been correcting White's spelling and ending this text chest torture method, but no, I guess. White asks, what's my name? And you and I both know they don't want to hear their actual name. They're seeking the magical name only used in bed with a good move. Black makes it back-to-back misses by saying Landon with 4 N's. All this does is shows the opponent that they haven't sailed this ship before, which is ethically a good thing, but not in this situation. Luckily, White is respectful enough to not pick this up and responds with another dash goes. Again, GOSE faster dash, but I still have to rank it in an accuracy. They really need to learn how to spell goes. Next, White responds to a note that says, I bet you can't out-eat me with, but I can eat you out. This is a trophy move right off the rip, and any woman should be intrigued by such good riz. That's what I tell myself every day when my lines don't work. Sounds too good to be true. Black responds with a good move, showing appreciation for the riz. Both players have started this match well. White hits back with, well, let's go get a drink and then I can prove it to you. Excellent move. Instead of straight up asking to meet up for the eating out part, White presents an innocent date beforehand so things are balanced. I'm down, where are we getting this drink, is Black's way of accepting the riz with a forced move. After a game like that, saying no was not an option. Like last game, White responds to a note that this time says, my most irrational fear is a bug in my ear. They respond with, never heard of this quote. Bug, is it just really This is a mistake and a terrible attempt at riz. Bro is the opposite of funny. What is he, Joe Rogan? Get it? Anyways, Black answers with, yeah, like me, in a good move. It keeps things basic and slightly entertains White's opener in case it was a one-time mistake. You're really or you're a bug, because I'm cool with both. Our little comedian. White is trying way too hard to make the Huz laugh with this mistake, and they weaken their position by a lot. Black fails to capitalize though and replies with definitely both. What a huge inaccuracy. White needs a bully to make them stop this humor, and Black is encouraging it like a literal asshole. The best way to define this match is Gooner versus asshole. Well, in that case, you can call me a spider because I'll shoot my web all over you, Hart. And holy shit, the switch up is crazy. This is the definition of going from geeked to locked in because White absolutely cooked with this excellent move, and I hope they went on to win the Grandmaster final. Next match, White starts with, "What did you want to do?" and it is a common courtesy to give your opponent a say in what you'll both be doing. Good move. Black replies with, "We can get coffee. Not gonna lie, I'm running off coffee making this video right now." Black also plays a good move here because what girl is gonna say no to a coffee date? Coffee? Clearly, White is. Questioning a coffee date is silly because even if you don't like coffee, you can always order something else at the cafe. What a dumbass. Mistake. Black allows White to be picky and asks, "Yeah, unless you want to just come over, watch a movie." To be honest, this is a much better idea than coffee anyway, making it a great move. I don't know what you're thinking, but I hope it's the same as me because couples never finish a movie together. They finish each other. "Can I come over and we is White's confirmation of my thoughts. White plays a brilliant move on the offense by cutting right to the chase so they don't waste their time actually watching a movie, because, who does that? Fortunately, Black's answer is, "Yes, we can," devil emoji, and the devil emoji is corny as hell, but at least they're both down. Good move. Next match, White starts with liking Black's photo and then a whole goddamn hour later says, "Be my nurse, please." No way my guy spent a whole hour cooking up their opener just to shit out this book move. He must be an overthinker, but let's see where it goes from here. Black hits back with, "I mean, what's wrong with you?" which makes a lot of sense. If someone wants a nurse, they must have a serious problem, right? Good move. "I have a and I don't know how to get rid of it." "Alright, buddy, this bitch might not be an expert, but I got you." Tense your right leg with all your might to redirect the blood from your second head to it, and voila, you're no longer bricked. On a real note, this was way too Gooner and way too blunder. A much better move would have been liking and subscribing to Tech Chess for a new Goon session every 4 days. Next match starts with White saying, "I want you to lick me too," and that is a wild inaccuracy and breaks one of the biggest opening principles for texting. Do not make things dirty inside one of the first few moves. It's way too risky and any good player can capitalize. Black responds with, "And why is that?" taking a back-footed approach with this miss. The best move would have been confronting this absolute D1 Gooner, but I guess making them explain themselves still works a bit. White hits back explaining, "I taste great." They had the chance to change after the confrontation, but decided to double down, and you have to give it some respect if it works, so I'll call it a great move. I know for sure though, they do not taste great. Yeah, maybe not cause you seem like the type of guy not to clean up properly. Black plays the best move here by confronting our Gooner even more and forks their queen and rook, guaranteeing material gain. WTH, angry emoji. "I use a bidet, excuse you." White cannot stop embarrassing himself. A bidet is one of those things where you shoot water up your ass and they're super gay. That is why I might have to use one. Or 3, or 4, or 5. Anyway, a man who uses one of those should not be playing against the opposite sex, making this a huge blunder. He should be on Grindr, like me. Anyway, Black responds with "Oh," with 4 O's. Damn, I take it back. And ain't no way the bidet made this woman change her mind. Everybody needs to get one of those installed immediately. It works magic of this caliber. Brilliant move for this plot twist. Angel emoji, so you're down. White threatens checkmate with this excellent move in trying to secure the victory, and Black responds, why not? I've done worse things. So now we know White has been licked. Do as you must with this information. All I know is that I'm jealous, and this is a good move. Next match, White starts with, "Yay, I can meet you at the entrance." Shit, I meant meet. And there is an edit button for a reason. What a low IQ dumbass. All White did here was make themselves look like a dumbass with this mistake. Black replies with, "I'll meet you, blank," giving things an amazing turn because what the fuck. I hope this was said comedically, otherwise this is a blunder because it is way too early into the match to make moves like that. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt with a mistake. Also, this screenshot was submitted in my Discord, so join and submit yours with the link in the description. White resigns. Next, White responds to a gym picture saying, "Muscle mommy, ? And in brackets, "but also, that's not more than me, ... And this might be the perfect opening move. Not only does it compliment the huzz and make her feel good, but also adds a bit of banter, which is always needed in Riz. Excellent move right off the rip. That's definitely not my max, kissing face, is Black's response, which continues his high elo game. Both players have common ground, which is the gym, and they are already becoming competitive with it, which is literally perfect, making this another excellent move. Blushing emoji, need me a short girl who can squish my head like a watermelon with her thighs. It was going incredibly well, but White had to ruin it with his Gooner DM. Looks like it's back to the lobby they go. Blunder. Or is it? Black replies with, need me a taller guy who knows how to use his hand, blushing emoji. So tell me about you. Absolute cinema. Here is a prime example of a Gooner meeting their Goonet. A brilliant move to end a brilliant game. Next, White replies to a picture of Black saying thick with 2 C's, which is pretty much signaling Gooner status off the rip. A huge opening principle is to not compliment a girl's body off spawn and compliment their face or attire instead, and White completely threw this out of the window with a mistake. Jesus Christ is Black's response, and no wonder they were blasphemic, because there will clearly be no room for Jesus between them if this works out. I get shocked when people call me thick, so I can resonate with Black, which is why this is a good move. White hits back explaining, that's not my name, which is the type of joke a dad would make, not a potential Tinder date. I just know this guy's never touched a woman and plays more blunders than good moves because that's what this is. Black asks, what if I said it with a lisp? And this is a cool way of telling your opponent you have a lisp, so a good move. It still isn't his name regardless though, which is kind of stupid. That would be pretty funny. White played an inaccuracy by saying a lisp is a laughing matter to someone who literally has it, weakening their position on the board by a large. Luckily, Black is a good sport and responds with, you know what would be more funny? Allowing the joke to slide with a good move. The best move would have been definitely to send an angry paragraph and block White for our entertainment, but it's good enough, I guess. What? Absolute cinema. Of course I'm joking. This is a forced move from White to find the answer. If you let me come over, just hang with your cat. No way Black is gonna pull up just because a cat is present. I'm telling you guys, having a pet is the unpatched method to getting girls, and it will never be hotfixed. Excellent move. Next match starts with, could you teach my how to freak my shit stupid style? Question mark. Me, asterisk. Say what now? White plays the engagement gambit, and it involves putting something so wild for an opener that your opponent can't leave you undelivered. Book move. Black replies saying, nah, it's an inborn talent, and as someone with that talent, I can vouch for this good move, stating it's a true fact. White likes the message and responds with gatekeeping, red flag, starting the first confrontation of the game, which you never want in a Tinder match. Mistake. You gotta be goated with the sauce first, IDK. Holy shit, Black is genuinely my favorite person in the world, besides myself. This is a great move because they are not wrong. The sauce matters a lot more than the size. White seems to love Black just as much as me, as they say bro with 3 O's, let me get some of your sauce, how about? This immaculate Riz checks the Black King in another great move, and hopefully their wish for sauce is granted. Hey bro, you want my sauce? Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Make sure to comment unlucky White to pay your respects because Black's aura was too high for them and they got rejected in this checkmate. Next, you still look like my ex. Who the fuck is this for an opener? Oh yeah, I broke up with my ex because she was chopped and you look like her, lol. White definitely shot a blunder here. Black responds with, you still look like a little bitch, humbling my guy to the maximum. White plays a really offensive move here, and it is a great one for sure. WTF, I'm blocking you for that. What made White thinks they're the one in power here? They've just been called a bitch, now they decide to pull out the block card. Inaccuracy. Black hits back with, not if I block you first, and blocks him. The easiest checkmate in the book. What a dickhead White was. Next, Can I See Your Tits is the opener from White, and of course it's on goddamn Snapchat. This is the app renowned for being a breeding ground for nudity. Fun fact, it was actually created because they wanted to send nudes. That's why it's worth taking the shot for White though, with a book move. Black suddenly responds with the snap, and holy shit the Gooner won, they were some good hongers. Brilliant move. White hits back with cool tits, dude, and indeed they are. This is a great move, but the best move would be watching the playlist that pops up on the screen right now.